Whew. All right. Oops. Hope this mic is working. Good evening, Sense Connect. This service is without the music. We're just starting. No music, nothing. Good evening, Sense Connect. If somebody is here, leave me a comment. This is 2020 Sense Installation Service. Hi. So there are these guys in a church close to my house that have been playing piano since. I have been trying not to be angry. Well, at least 2020 is coming. These guys don't want to rest, so I don't understand. Is anybody here tonight? Let me see your comments so that we'll kick off with the Sense Installation Service. Like I rightly say good evening, Amina. Well done, ma. Like I rightly put on the description, there will be no replay. I'll remove this video from the group immediately we finish, and I'll sell it for 20K. So if you're here this moment, it's better you pay attention to what will be done here and not it. And this group has a lot of people, so some of the things I'll be talking about are techie, some are common. So when we get to the techie things, stay on. If you are not getting the drift, someone else may be getting the drift. So just pay attention. There's something about words. When you hear them, even if you can't make a meaning out of them, there is a way they sink and remain. And when it's time for you, when you need them, they pop up. Like you right now, some of the things you do, you can't really say, good evening, Favor. You can't really say how you got to know those things. You can't remember learning them, but somehow you know them. So you're wondering how you keep telling people, I started driving by myself, I started doing this by myself. But it's not true. Somewhere along the line, you watched someone do these things, or you heard someone say these things. And even though you couldn't make sense out of it, it was recorded on like something that looks like the hard drive, the hard disk of your mind. And then when you need it, it just pops up. So that's the power of listening. And that's why you should listen to me for the next few minutes that I'm going to be here. Good evening, Blessing Okoli. Is it Okoli or Okoli? I'm from Jos, and like the Easterners, the Southerners will say, they will call me Malam. And that's the most annoying thing to tell a Plateau man, because we are from Plateau and we don't even know how to speak the real Hausa. And they are saying we are Hausa and we're Christians, and most of Hausa people are Muslims. And the Igbo guys will conclude that we're Hausa, but I don't blame them. Even the people from Plateau to assume that everybody from the south, southeast, and southwest, and everything down there is Igbo. So someone from Port Harcourt will be seen as Igbo. Someone from Anambra, someone from Akwa Ibom. Can you imagine? We're joining Anambra with Akwa Ibom. So that's, by the way, I think I can see quite a number of people online, and we are going to roll. Let's roll then. Let's roll. God help us. There's this guy called Michael B. John. In the early 2000s, he said that in the next 10 years, people will browse more on their phones than on the laptop. Like in 2000, he said people will browse on their phones. Back then, there were no screen touch phones. So it was all those whatever phones. And as far as Nigeria is concerned, back then, we didn't even have the phones. In 2000, I doubt if there's someone who has a mobile phone. If there were, there must be very few. and he was already, so those were the ages of the likes of, in fact, that was before the coming of 3310, before the coming of phones like that. And he was saying in the next 10 years people will browse the internet more on their phones than on the system. It didn't make sense. People were used to computer. Many people didn't even have a flat screen monitor. It was that one that has a long tail, and people were used to that. So people laughed at him. People laughed at him and told him a phone is way too small for browsing. Where would they type? Like, how would you even see the things? Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2019, and we are browsing more with our phones than with the laptop. In fact, going to the laptop is hectic. Like, we want to push everything to the phone. We're now doing graphics design on the phone so that we don't have to use the laptop. Now, that's how paradigm shifts are. You know, when a paradigm is about to shift, it is always almost impossible to imagine. Now, apart from the impossibility to imagine, when you get into it, it is impossible. It's difficult to imagine that it can pass. There was this man they told us of in the United States who 50 years ago, before he died, he said everything that would ever be invented has been invented. So he said that, and he died. If he were to wake up today, he won't locate his house in the United States, because a lot of things have changed. Like, there have been a lot more inventions since he died. So when you get into a trend, it's easy to think that it will continue forever. Like, someone right here thinks, and I'm part of it, that the smartphone age will not pass. Like, we suddenly think, what else will be done? Like, the smartphone, it has come to stay. You would be surprised in the next 10 years that there will be no smartphones, or if there will be, they will not be this type. Now, in the course of this discussion, I'm going to share something with you called the Internet of Sense. If you follow trends a lot, you know that between 2020 to 2030 will be the trend of the Internet of Sense. By that is, it means that, you know, well, I was going to talk about that later, but let me introduce you to it so that you get it. People are speedily getting to make it unnecessarily to move from one place to the other. So the Internet of Sense is even making it unnecessary to move or to talk. You know, right now you go to Google and you type your search. There is the advent of voice search coming, and people are beginning to just open their smartphone and talk to it. What is mammals? What is a mammal, or something like that? And then Google will answer. The trend says that from 2020, people, over 50% of people, will search more with voice search than with typing. Now, that's because people are getting lazy to type. Now, the Internet of Sense that will come from 2020 to 2030 will be such that people don't want to type, they don't want to talk, they just want to think. So the smartphones that will come between 2020 to 2030 will be such that have the Internet of Sense, such that it can feel your pulse, it can feel your temperature, like it can read your mind. So you can just think of it, what is a mammal? And your phone hears your thought and it gives you the search. So that sounds like an impossibility, but guys, it's upon us. It's time to shift gears. From 2020, there will be a lot of shifts, and tonight we're here to prepare ourselves. Tonight we're here. I see a couple of guys. Anna, you're married. Oh my God, I'm supposed to send something to Merit that I have not been able to. I'm sorry, I'm a daddy now and I'm trying to cope. Mercy, Michael, Samuel, Chinedum, who again, Elizabeth, my personal person, and everyone else listening. Now let's bump into this right away. We're going to talk about trends in marketing, in social media, influencing, in tech, and in jobs. I will try to make this as fast as possible so that we will not waste time. So let's do this. Let's give ourselves 20 to 30 minutes and we'll be done. Let me sip something. All right. So here are the trends in 2020. I will give you the trends, the predicted trends. I only just did a study, looked at how things have been in the past 10 years and predict how it's going to be in the next 10 years. It's just me researching and doing an in-depth look into, and this is what I'm drawing out from past trends, looking at future trends. These are likely going to be the things in 2020. Then I will tell you how to prepare to take advantage of these things in 2020. And I am already prepared. Like, I'm not preparing, I'm prepared. I'm ready to make the dollars and make the impact. So, number one, social media influencing. We know that social media in fact, I made a post this evening, but the advent of saying you can't pay the bills with likes and comments is past. In this age, all you need in everything is the numbers. Once you have the numbers, you can sell it. That's why if you're doing YouTubing, they give you a threshold. You got to have 1,000 subscribers and you got to have 4,000 hours of view. What they are trying to do is to be sure that you have the people that will view their ads before you monetize. So you have to have 1,000 and 4,000 to be able to monetize. It's about numbers, guys. So if you've been thinking that you can't eat likes, that you can't eat comments, nobody eats whatever, you're joking, because if you do more of Facebook, you know little about social media. If all you do is Facebook, you know very little about social media. Very, very little. And I will tell you why. Facebook has the people, but forget it. There are other things happening that you won't know on Facebook. Now, let me tell you something. On Instagram, influencer marketing is on the rise. Like people like Tunde, people like Lasisi Elenu, people like Oge Okoye, people like, what's this girl's name that was married to this actress that was married to Churchill? People like that. You think that it is life that is happening to them, but it's not. There are people like Bobrisky. They create the buzz around them so that they become the talk of town, so that attention comes to them and they gather the following and the attention and they monetize it. So influencer marketing is on the rise, but in 2020 it will rise even more. Now let me tell you how influencer marketing will shift gears in 2020. In 2019, begin from whenever it started to 2019, influencers, people who get to have people follow them on Facebook, only get to market other people's products and they get paid commissions. In 2020, the influencers are going to start their own business. That's number one gear that will shift. The number two gear is that the influencers are going to become brand ambassadors. There will be more of endorsements for social media influencers, and I am a social media influencer. This is what a social media influencers mean. Once you have the numbers, you have people following you, right? Once you have people following you, you're an influencer. It means you have an influence on them. So it means it's easy for you to sell if you have people following you. Now, since you're out here out of a group of 2,000 to listen to me, I see a couple of people. It means that I have influence in your midst, right? Since I make posts on my timeline and people comment, whether it's my baby's birth or my picture or some article, and people comment, I am an influencer. Now in 2020, there will be more of influencers building their own brands than selling other people's products, right? And there will be more of people, influencers, social media influencers becoming brand ambassadors. We've seen quite a number of them this year. There will be much more. Like I want you to be on the lookout for seeing faces like mine on MTN billboards. Like once you have the numbers, you are going to do some crazy things. You have the numbers and you're ready. There are going to be some crazy opportunities in 2020. Like, don't be surprised to be called upon to come be brand ambassador for any brand in 2020. Now the problem is that I foresee that in 2020 these brands are not just going to bring Davido to be brand ambassador, bring Tiwa Savage, bring whoever to be brand ambassador. They are not just going to be random about it. They are going to bring in people that represent the interest of their brand. So I am a writer and I'm an agropreneur, and I'm a publisher and I'm a musician. Now, if a brand wants to sign me, it should sign me because what I do aligns with it. Will in 2020 sign me because what I do kind of represents their interest. Whether it's Sense Connect that I do, whether it's teachings that I do, it has to, in 2020, they will pay more attention to what the influencers do. So it's not going to be randomly about you have the numbers, fine. The reason I will tell you later, the reason is because marketing is going to take a different shape. Marketing has been buying and selling. Marketing has already started changing and it will continue to change. In 2020, it will change even more. Marketing will now not be only about buying and selling. So that's the trend for social media influencing. Now, I want you to pay attention to something. And right after you finish listening to this, go and do what I'm saying now. Instagram will be on the forefront of influencer marketing next year. So if you have 10,000 likes on your page on Facebook, it will not matter as much as someone who has 5,000 followers on Instagram. This is why you should go pay attention to Instagram. Facebook will only be second to Instagram. So if you have a good following on Instagram, you are going to be ripe, good active following. You are going to be ripe for some breakthrough in 2020 if you open your ears well. Instagram first, then Facebook. Go and grow your Instagram page right away. The third one that many people are not using is called TikTok. TikTok is a new social media platform and it's not so popular around here. I want you to go and check out TikTok, download it from Play Store and sign up an account. Sign up an account and begin to Google, find out how this thing works, what happens there. Don't come back to me the way we did with Twitter and tell me that it's boring. No. The times will change, the trends will sweep away the Facebook brouhaha. That's why Mark Zuckerberg has Instagram and has WhatsApp and has Messenger. He knows that times change. This mighty Facebook that you're seeing can become old-fashioned. So better prepare, and the trends are sweeping away a lot of things that you can't believe that will go. So if you don't shift, there will be a big problem. When we were doing To Go, and we were doing, which other chat was it? It was Eskimi or whatever. That one, they were showing women all over and spoiling children. We didn't know that To Go would crash. We did not know. Like when we were told To Go can fold up, we did not believe it because it was very successful. So if you don't believe that Facebook may pass away, you're joking. I see people post pictures and they say, let me save this one here. Like, seriously? Is it your hard drive? Let me save this one here. Oh yeah, now. Oh yeah, save. So go and look up TikTok, TikTok. Download it, sign up, and start to explore, because in 2020, this thing is going to come up the ladder. All right. So that's something you should pay attention to. Be on the lookout for being brand ambassador, and this should regulate how you talk on social media, the way you run your mouth, the way you will just carry OP and insult, and you don't know that one day you're going to be making exploits, and OP will want to sign you as a brand ambassador, and someone will dig up that post and you will not go nowhere. Just pay attention to what you share. Whether it's about government or about brands, be careful. Be careful. The opportunities are abounding now. The sons of nobody who have data and a smartphone can become anything these days. Don't use your hand to spoil your game. So this is 2020 and we're coming for it. Up next, in marketing, this one is for people who are in marketing, who do online things. So pay attention even if you don't understand what I'm saying, because you're going to need this so much in 2020. In marketing, companies that are using Google Analytics will be beaten black and blue by their competitors. Now, I looked up some guy called Neil Patel, or is it Petal, this YouTube influencer, and he's the one actually that said this, and I had to dig deep to see what he means. Now, this is what he means. Google Analytics is a software that allows you to monitor activities on your website. If you have a website, how many people clicked on links and visit and do whatever, how many buyings and how many sellings. Now, that's Google Analytics. The problem with Google Analytics that will surface in 2020 is that people are going to be more aware, right, of other ways to do business. So business is not going to be straight. These days, business is straight. You put up your products on your website, people click on the products, they buy, they go, or whatever. Or maybe they click and they give you the email, then you sell them something later. Now, this thing is going to change. There will be what is called upsells. Upsells is when someone buys a suit and you're trying to sell him a tie after he has bought a suit from you. There will be downsells, there will be repeat purchases, there will be checkout bumps. And the problem with Google Analytics is that it cannot notice things like upsells. It is a straight line analytic, so it will not notice downsells, repeat purchases, and whatever. So if you're using Google Analytics, you would think that your business is growing when it is not growing, because your business is straight lined. Instead, you should try out Amplitude. Just check it out. If you do SEO, you run business on a website or whatever. Now, this is why I want you to do this. If you're already into online business or you want to start, you should pay attention to other streams of income. Like if you have an e-commerce website, for instance, or a personal website, I wonder why you're leaving money on the table, because if you have an e-commerce website and all you do is sell your products, you're leaving so much money. If you do blogging and all you do is wait for people to do ad placements, or wait for Google AdWords or ad whatever, you're joking with money. If you have a website, you can do partnerships, right? If your website has visitors, you get to partner with people to host their stuff and get paid. You can do affiliate marketing, get links from affiliate stores and drop on your website. You can do webinars and sell stuff to them at the end. You can do ad placements. The list is endless. So think of other ways to make money with your website, or else you're going to pack off. Because you see all these AdSense. Yes, my boss, AdSense. So AdSense is what I was trying to say. I'm not talking about apps. Google AdSense is going to have an extreme competition next year, because people are getting more aware of blogging. And most of the people that are getting aware of blogging are straight line people. On the other side, people are getting more aware of ads. Like they are browsing on your website and they're careful not to click on any ads. Like as we speak right now, YouTube monetization is beginning to have a little hitch, but you can slide over it, because people are having apps on their phones that will hide all adverts on YouTube, but you can slide over it, and I can teach you that for some money. So people want to just watch your video and not watch the adverts. Can you see wickedness? Just few pence they will give you. Haba. So what's next? Okay, up next, I'm still talking about marketing. Companies will optimize more for voice search in a bid to catch up with the trends in 2020. I told you from the beginning that a research already says that over 50% of searches on Google or on whatever search engine is going to be done by voice, I will tell you how this one will give you money. So pay attention. Like, more people are going to be too lazy to type, and they will decide to just carry their phone and talk to it. What is circulatory system? And then the phone will just bring it up. Now people are getting lazier. Back then the laziness came when we began to type on Google. So we don't cram things again. So we just type what is kidney and it pops up. Now the laziness will shift gears next year, and you are going to do it too. People are suddenly going to, there's something called voice whatever, voice search. So you just talk to the phone and it searches what you want. Wow. So more people are going to do voice searches. Now, before I continue with this, the point I wanted to make, let me tell you how this will make you more money. It means that people are getting lazier by the day. People are going to get lazier. If you can create something that can get people more lazy or can help their laziness, you will make money. Go and use your teeth to count your tongue to count your teeth. Your teeth to count your tongue. Since it's an era where people are getting lazier, if you create something that gets people even lazier, they are going to buy it. Let me give you an idea of something you create that gets people lazier. I have seen people do ghost writing. And that's a way of getting people lazier. They don't want to write it. But can I just write it for you? But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. If I have ladies here, let me localize this. You can get to create a shopping agency, right? Go to offices, give them your business cards, and tell them, give them your home address as your office address. You don't need to have an address. And just tell them, I can go buy your stuff and take off the traffic stress and whatever and bring it to your house. Just send me the list and send me the money. I will deliver it. Right? And if you want this to take off in Nigeria and succeed, there are people already doing it. You should be able to have a little starting capital so that people send you the list without the money, and you tell them you will pay me on arrival, and you go buy. You can add up some little change, buy the 50 naira thing for 60, and charge them on top of it, and come back and give them and get your money. You've gotten them lazier, and they will pay you. So anything that gets to justify people's laziness will sell in 2020. Anything at all. Anything. Approach influencers. Tell them, I have understood the tune of your brand. Can I be creating content for you? Content could be writing, could be video, could be audio. So you can sit down and just write something around the brand of that person and send to them. Say, per approved content, you're going to pay me this amount. So the guy doesn't have to think, right? So you can even tell him, give me a topic. I'm a writer. I will go write it. So the guy doesn't have to think. Whatever you can do in 2020 that can justify people's laziness and not get them broke, it will sell. So back to why I was talking about companies optimizing for voice search. Now, since more people are going to search, this research that I have done, many companies have done it. They have departments dedicated to that. So they already know that in 2020, people will do more of voice searches. So when they are doing SEO, they will optimize their websites for voice searches so that when you search by voice, you will find them. The problem is that the voice search thing has a limit. It doesn't directly lead someone into buying. So if someone is lazy to type, they won't be less lazy to go click links and go buy and fill in card details, right? That one is also work. So the voice search thing stops at the searching. Once the result pop up, it's difficult for them to continue with the laziness. You understand? Now this one is disastrous because only people who were typing their searches have a high tendency of continuing to click links and fill in card details and buy. Okay? So if you do SEO, you have a website, you're doing optimization, instead of using the normal optimization stuff, why don't you use jetsani.oi? Check it out. Jetsani is Jetso, Jetsani rather, Jetson, jetson.oi, getson.oi. Check it out. Now the difference between that is that the jetson.oi gives an opportunity. I was checking it this morning, and it gives you an opportunity to be really able to convert people who search by voice. Did I even say we'll do this in 30 minutes? All right, let's go to the next thing. If you have any question, I'm taking down this video. So if you have any question, I'll make a post after this so that you ask your questions under, and I will gladly answer. The next thing is going to offend you. Email conversion, email list conversion will dwindle. Now, people were saying email, the day of email list is dead, email marketing is dead. It's not true. But in 2020, that thing will drop. I'm telling you this not to discourage those who have big email lists. As a matter of fact, I want to start building a new email list by next week for my agricultural business. So I'm not saying this to discourage you. The problem is there will be more people opening emails and less people reading it. We're still talking about this laziness of a thing. So if you can find a way of doing things in a way that makes it less stressful for your audience, you just have to do it. Today I went to check for our new office for foodstuff.com, and there was a chance to either use the second floor and the third floor, and the third floor is actually less expensive, less noisy. But I knew Nigerians, I knew human beings, that they are going to find it difficult to proceed to the third floor and give up and go home. So I decided to go for the second floor, even though it's more expensive. So that's just it. Make it easy. Now, since people are going to just be opening emails, there will be high open rates and less click rates. What do? Use bots instead. And the trick with bots is that people spend more time on messenger bots and WhatsApp messenger bots. Yeah, jetson.oi. You're right, Ifeolua. People spend more time on messenger bots and WhatsApp. And it's not only about the time. People don't like notifications. Once there is a notification on the top of their phone, something in them wants them to open, they just want to open. So in 2020, build a bot. Do more of bots. If you do network marketing, I advise you please use bots. Use more of bots, because you're going to explain yourself to everybody. Like, you're not going to tire. If you have a page, set up all the explanation on your bot while people get started. Well, if you need help with this, you can get it. There's knowledge everywhere. You can learn this on YouTube. You can get an expert somewhere to build it for you. Now use your tongue to count your teeth. I got it this time. Now, okay, enough of the techie things. Now let me take a point. The mots will disappear. People like Adejimoke will tell me whether I'm pronouncing this well. It is MOATS. Mots, right? Mots will disappear. Whatever business you do, whether it's skill-based or product-based, the mots will disappear. Now let me tell you what a mot is. A mot is a castle in the midst of water. Like the surrounding is water, but the castle, the house is in the middle of the water. And the people who dwell there go there by boat, so that they are trying to keep away people who attack them. So that's some form of security. The house is in the midst of water, so the house is protected. Even the thought of the stress of going to the house will keep people away. Now in your business, you have something called mods. I can install chatbot. Oh, Ifeolua Adeniran is doing everything. Oh, she's doing everything. This woman will happen next year. So the mods will disappear in 2020. Now let me tell you what that means in your business. That if you have a business like mine, it is easy. Like my publishing business, it's easy for me to sustain it. It's not difficult at all. And let me tell you why. The reason it's not difficult for me to keep my publishing business running is because I have discovered the cheapest way to achieve this printing. So I give people really affordable prices, like prices they cannot easily get elsewhere. So that's my moat. It's my safety zone. So ordinarily my business will keep moving because of the moats that are protecting me. That little hack, that's something that I do different. Okay? That's something that I do different. Okay? But so normally every business has that. You have your business and there's something unique about you that keeps people coming to you. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2020, e no go dey, e no go work. I will tell you why. Do you realize that all you need to reduce the value of any idea that you have is to mention it? It is very, very easy already for people to copy what you do and succeed more than you. In 2020, it go dey worse. If you make a post on Facebook now, people can lift it and post and get the accolades more than you. If you have a business idea you're running with, boom, next you see someone doing the same thing and doing it bigger than you. In 2020, this will happen so much that this business of mine that I am running, that this publishing business, where it is the price that is my advantage, more people are going to discover this secret. People are going to discover this secret. Okay, don't worry. People are saying network is not good. I'll leave this for tonight then so that you can watch the replay. People are going to discover this secret much more next year. And when they discover, it means my business is not going to be that much in that castle in an island. It's going to be open to invaders. It means that it's not going to be business as usual. So when you step into next year thinking that you still have an advantage over your competitors, you will watch them pass you by. You, like me, you will just publish for somebody and the person will get an idea and begin to print for people and he will get more customers than you. So you got to watch it. What is the solution? The solution is branding. Whatever it is you're doing, brand. I will use people that I can see here. People like Bemigo Hub, engineer. You do a lot of things, but one of them is relationship coaching. A lot of people are going to find more stuff they are already doing, but it's going to get worse next year. They are going to be able to copy your stuff, attend your business class, and go and set up their own and become successful. What do you do? Branding. I will explain this branding. Someone like Adejumoke is into proofreading and editing. Very, very good proofreader, dear. If you have any job, give it to her. Many more people are going to take your course and they will go and become bosses more than you. It's going to be easy for them to copy you. Michael Samuel does a lot of things, but he has a shop where he sells very, very beautiful bags. More people are going to learn your business from YouTube in 2020. Watch it. People are getting into social media. People are getting into social media to make money, and so people are discovering the most unlikely things to make videos about. That's why there is a boy called Ryan in India that makes about $22 million yearly just reviewing toys. People are discovering the most unlikely things to make money with on YouTube. And as we speak, there's possibly someone that is planning to start a YouTube channel where he is going to be teaching people for free how to start a bag business. And these people are going to learn it on YouTube for free, and they will start the business and become your competitors and succeed more than you. So you got to watch it. What do? You brand. Now let me explain this branding. There is something called the Jordan shoes. I don't know if you follow basketball, you know Michael Jordan. We're told he made more money in the past 16 years or so that he has not been playing basketball than he made throughout his career. Like, he made more money that outside playing basketball than when he was playing basketball. Why? Because he founded a shoe brand called the Jordan shoes. Why do people buy the Jordan shoes when there are other shoes? It's because Michael Jordan has been a brand. He is a brand to reckon with. You get? So if you build a brand again around it, look at the Kardashians, right? The Kardashians, look at Nike, look at Ferrari, look at Tesla. These guys, Tesla and Ferrari, are doing some very, very, should I call it stupid things? They will make some weird looking car and sell for many millions. But there is Honda, there's Toyota, and Honda is not killing the business of Tesla and Ferrari because Tesla and Ferrari have built a brand to reckon with. Look at Gucci, look at Reebok, look at what's it called now, Versace. Look at those brands. There is Okrika in Aba and there is Gucci, and Okrika is not taking the market of Gucci because Gucci is a brand, but every Okrika inside the market will take every other Okrika's market because they are not branded. So you should focus more on branding. Let me tell you a few things about branding yourself. You are going to need to have a home. All this shouting you're doing on social media, calm down, create a home, have a website, have an app, have something, if you're doing publishing like Precious Osika, please have a website. Have a website where your things are. Be a face and talk about what you do, consistent enough to stamp yourself on the minds of people. Show up even when you're not invited. Go to radio sessions and lobby for opportunities. Let people know that there's someone called Joel Pandora who does graphics design. Don't just be satisfied with a few things. The reason is, you are Joel Pandora. Do you really know that there's some guy who is also a graphics designer who, the moment they hear his name, everybody, is it this guy? But you probably know this job more than him. But because he is a name, you're not going to be able to beat him. So it is only people that are branded, people that are a brand, that are going to be able to scale through this disappearance of moths, right? So finally, about marketing, I will come back to marketing later. Personalization is going to become the new marketing. It means that the era of marketing will disappear and the era of personalization will come. Let me try my best to explain this to you, and I pray you're going to be able to apply this to your reality. Personalization. Oh, thank you for this free advert. You will pay. All right, personalization is this. You go to a website. Have you ever visited Amazon? Do you know that if me and you sit down side by side and all of us go to Amazon, we're not going to see the same homepage? I don't know whether you've ever tried that. Let's just go to Amazon, the marketplace, together with somebody. You're not going to see the same homepage. On his homepage, he may be seeing different things, and on my homepage, I'm going to be seeing different things, because Amazon has a system that monitors your browsing and sees what you look for most. Worse still, if you've ever bought from Amazon, you find out that the things you've bought, they will keep bringing up similar things for you. That's personalization. So if I go to Amazon now, I'm not going to see dog food being advertised to me. The reason is because I don't need dog food. I will not see dog food on the dashboard. Someone may see. I don't even have a dog. I don't like dogs, so I don't have a dog. They have personalized the advertising experience so that it is things that they sense that I need that they put in front of me. Now imagine that someone comes to your website and what they see is what you put there for everybody, right? What you put there for, let me not even use website. I assume that many people here don't have a website, so let me just go down mini. People come to your website or to your inbox, and you have a message. I pray for grace to be able to tell you this because I will hurt you. You have this long message you've typed. If you check out my business WhatsApp, there is no automation, there is no message that says sorry, we're away, whatever. I don't do that. Sorry, I had to sip something. People come to your to chat with you, and there's already a composed message that you send them. People accept your friend request, and you have a composed long message that you send them. Like, you think life is a one size fits all? There are people in your journey that when they send you a message, your reply will be how far. There are people that your reply is going to be, good morning, sir, how are you? It's not a one size fits all. For someone, the how far will turn him off. He will say, oh, this is not a serious guy. For someone, the good morning, sir, will turn him off. He will say, this is too serious. So marketing in 2020 will be more of personalizations, and I want you to avoid all these long messages that you send people. The worst one is on WhatsApp. There is a spree of marketing on WhatsApp that is very, very wrong. The problem is I'm not teaching you this one because I'm teaching people that are in the escape program. It's a very, very key thing. But let me scratch the surface for you. WhatsApp marketing has been gotten all wrong. It is spamming that you've been taught of late. I see many people do it, and because we have a relationship, I can't attack them. But let me do it here since quite a number of them are listening. You wake up in the morning and you see some very serious message coming to you. Hi, good morning, brethren, or good morning, whatever. And then they talk, some formal talk, and they attempt to sell you something. That's very, very bad. Like, you can't just come to my inbox. My inbox is like my bedroom. And you sit down in your house and you have something to say, and you just come into my inbox and you send me something long and you want me to listen to it. Are you crazy? I won't like you. Most of the people getting your broadcast messages are enduring it because they don't want to hurt you. But if you keep pushing them, they will block you. That's not marketing. Marketing should be personalized. And let me tell you, the proper WhatsApp marketing, I'm giving you an idea. I will not teach you this whole thing because I'm teaching my guys on this thing. The proper thing for WhatsApp marketing is your status. The reason is because people are going to go watch the status by themselves. They are not compelled. When they see that you present your case very well, whether it's in writing or in pictures, they are going to message you themselves. Then when they message you, dictate the tune they used to message you and reply them in the same tune. People are most likely, I think it was Gary Chapman that said that people reflect what they want. So if someone wants you to sound serious to them, they will sound serious to you. If someone is a joke kind of person, they will sound unserious to you. So just monitor the tune that people respond to your status with and reply them in the same tune that they respond. So if someone says hello, tell them hello or hi. If someone says how far, tell them no bad, how you dey. We're in Nigeria, we're in Africa, right? But if someone says how far, tell me about this thing now, and you just send them one long note, you're boring. Marketing it will not work like that in 2020. The reason is because I'm afraid to tell you the world will be more stressful, and people will be looking for an air of peace, an atmosphere of freedom. They would want selling will be easier done casually, right? So I hope that I've explained personalization. Personalize it, but personalization used to be the email you send or the broadcast message you send with a WhatsApp broadcast sender that have their name, Dear Chisom, Dear Joel. That used to be personalization. Now it's not the dear something. It is you detecting the tune of the person you're conversing with and conversing with them as such. Don't expect to keep asking everybody the same question and expect it to work on everybody. What works on one person will not work on everybody. So make una pay attention. Oh, I don't talk Let me go to tech. I will talk about tech, then I will talk about jobs of 2020, and I will get out of here. I think I've tried for tonight. I'm missing my little girl. All right. In tech, there will be more of cashless, cardless payments. The coming back of QR codes and things like this OPay thing that we're doing, I think in China, it's that Alipay or whatever pay, right, that they have. Now we have Jumia Pay here, we have OPay, we have the QR codes and everything. So these things have not yet come in. In fact, by next year, more people will be doing cashless and cardless payments. Like no need for cards. It means most of the things are going to be on the phone. Each of these points I give you, I'm going to give you how to maximize them. So people will prefer to be making payments on their phones, and since banks are very, very fishy, OPay is handy. You just have a phone number and have the app. You can make your payment, and the transfer fee is just 10 naira, and it's cool, right? Very, very cool. What does this tell you? It tells me two things. The people are going to get lazier. Number two, the people are going to use their phones, be more addicted to their phones than they are now. So if you have sense, build an app for your business, or open a website, or teach people skills for the phone, or do whatever you do that involves the phone. In 2020, go for it, because people are going to use their phones more. The other way is show up some more. Wow, my battery. Let me plug it. Show up some more online and do your things. Show up and do your things in 2020. If you don't show up, you're going to miss out. By showing up, I mean that you should come around to post online, to advertise your stuff online some more, because people are going to have their phones much more in their hands, right? So pay attention to that. The second thing is the 5G networks. 5G, we're in the era of 4G. Everyone is talking 4G. Now 5G is taking the center stage in 2020. What does this tell you? People like speed. 5G is going to be swift, like fast internet at the tip of your fingers. We in Nigeria will have 5G, but we know now our own. It get as if it be. We should understand with Buhari. But don't worry, I'm talking about the world, the globe. 5G network is going to come in, and since 5G will come in, it means that if you're still doing anything slow, you will lose out. If you're a tailor and you still take people's clothes in 2020 and spend weeks and not deliver, then go waka. Why? Because as I speak to you, people are learning tailoring even on what's it called now? This place we go to learn things. Oh, where's Bemigo? Please come and remind me. I want to say Uber. That thing now, you know it. It's not in my head. It's not easy to be a dad. People are learning tailoring on YouTube. If you think I'm joking, leave this place now and go and search YouTube. How to sew a cloth. People create styles and they show you how to sew it, show you how to cut, how to use the sewing machine and everything on YouTube. They don't have to go learn, and you're joking. It's becoming increasingly difficult to have the monopoly of any skill. So in case you don't know, calm yourself down. So 5G networks will come. It means speed, and with more speed, people want faster aeroplanes. And hey, I forgot that the aeroplane companies themselves are launching. Of course, this one is not here. It's not yet here. But Russian airlines are going to be launching the teletravel system, where you can just put on something like a headphone and you will appear in Dubai in the next 2 seconds or so and do shopping and come back. Now that's some chapter of witchcraft that I talked about on my timeline that is already ready to be launched. And we in Nigeria may not see this now, but very soon it will come around. And if you travel, you're going to see these things. You're going to teleport to your village and talk to your dad and come back the same way you dial his phone number. Once your dad has one of the what's it called? Is it a bot? Right? Yeah, the robot. One part of the robot, and you have it. You just click something, put in their number, and you appear where they are. This one, they fear me. But this is what it means. It means that people are going to be more inclined towards speed. So whatever it is you do, find a way to do it speedily. You can always find a way. If you can't find a way to do it speedily, create something that helps people achieve things speedily. Create it. Something that helps people achieve. What about is it Layer or whatever, this artificial intelligence app that helps people to build their website? I used to use it, but it's not been effective. But I studied this morning and I discovered that it will be effective. It just asks you questions and you don't need to type. Like you talk to your phone. Describe your website, what you want, what's it going to be used for. Do you have any pictures? Give it the pictures and it will put together your website in like 30 seconds. So web developers are going to begin to lose their jobs. It's not going to be immediate because, of course, there are so many things that are, augmented reality, AR. There are going to be so many things that the AI cannot do on people's websites. So the web developers are going to still be in their jobs. But people who just need a basic website are going to leave you if you spend weeks trying to build their website. So you got to be fast, man. You got to be fast. So artificial intelligence will be more affordable. Like a lot of things are going to bring artificial intelligence to the common man in 2020. Now let's talk about money. Cryptocurrency. Whether you like Bitcoin or you don't like Bitcoin, there's no argument that it has risen to be the most powerful cryptocurrency. It's the most dominating. Whether you think it's a Ponzi, an advanced Ponzi scheme, or you think it's the future of money, we can't deny that Bitcoin is taking a center stage, and Bitcoin has been on a hike. When I was checking out, I found out that Bitcoin is proposed to likely drop next year. But the problem is that this proposition of Bitcoin dropping not be today. It has been on, and Bitcoin has still been going fine, right? So if I were you, I will start paying attention to this one, because in 2020 it's going to be a techie shift. So pay attention to cryptocurrency. It must not be Bitcoin, but I like to tango with what is working most, right? Now the fifth thing is that Internet of Senses will take off from, like, the space we're given is from 2020 to 2030. There should be Internet of Senses. It means that the internet on your phone or on your device is going to be able to read your mind, your thoughts, to feel your temperature, feel whether you're angry. Hey, we don't finish. So the Internet of Senses is basically the peak of laziness, because from the beginning we didn't like to cram things, so we'll type on Google and search, so we don't have to keep in our heads. Each time we need it, we just type. That's one stage of laziness. The second stage of laziness came when it's coming now, and it's taking effect from 2020. Of course, I told you over 50% of searches on the internet are going to be done by voice search. So we are lazy, too lazy to type now. We want to use our voice to talk to the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, between 2020 to 2030, we'll get even lazier. We don't want to talk again. We just want the device to read our minds and just tell us the thing, right? Just tell us the thing. Now this is some very big thing coming. It's some very, very big thing coming, and I'm just telling you this one so that you prepare for it. So what jobs are going to be the jobs of 2020? I'm not going to say these are the only jobs, but you had better not play with my words, because I say things and they come to pass. Not be small book I read. You did here. In 2020, website development is going to sell. It's been selling. It will still sell because people are going to be told. In fact, it is from 2020 that people will really discover that having a website is like having a Facebook page. Like it's like having a Facebook profile, Facebook timeline, Facebook account. It's going to be so necessary because you see this thing that Mark Zuckerberg is doing to people, pulling down people's ad accounts with their hard-earned monies, shutting down their pages, restricting people from commenting, from liking. Okay, Chisom Kingsley says he said Leah. It is not Leah like Leah Sharibio. It is Leah, I think. Leia something. Just search it on. Just type whatever on Google Play Store and you will see it. Right? Just type it and you will see it. Now, so like I was saying, people are going to be told by force to open websites. Websites. Because Mark Zuckerberg is terrorizing people, forcing us to keep his community. In fact, you must not break a rule before he flags down your account or blocks you from logging in. It just takes someone reporting your account, like me with all of you that follow me on Facebook. I could wake up one day and my account is blocked. I can't log in. I could wake up one day and I can't make a post. I can't comment. I can't respond to messenger messages. And this account of mine is an asset. So people who never had the consciousness of owning a website, people who didn't even think it's necessary, will be forced to think about it in 2020 because of more of this Mark Zuckerberg prison ship will come forth. So people are going to get to need websites. If you're a web developer, brace up. And when I say brace up, I don't mean for you to wait. Who waits? Guys, who waits? Wait for waiting. You're in Nigeria, in Africa, and you're waiting for clients to come. Wait or no? You don't wait. When I tell you to brace up, I mean for you to show up. In 2020, I was going to say this later, but since I'm getting tired, let me say it. I was going to say the things that you should not do. Yes, Latif Hamidu. It's Leia. Leia. That's for Ife Olua. Leia. Thank you very much, Latif. In 2020, you should not market to people. You should show up. Do less of marketing and more of showing up. And by showing up, I mean, don't just come and post buy shoes. Tomorrow buy shoes. Next tomorrow buy shoes. New arrivals. Send DM for your own. Patronize your girl. Buy human hair. People go tired for you. People are already tired of that. If you're selling human hair, for instance, show up instead. You can post the pictures of your human hair, but not every time buy. Sometimes come around and talk to ladies about how to know genuine hair and from fake hair, how to make your hair last longer. You get how to avoid fake hair, how to do that's showing up. When you're showing up and talking about website development, it creates something in the subconscious of people. So they don't even know they are paying attention to you until the day that they discover that they need a website. That day, the moment they think of a website, you come to their mind. So the moment you come to their mind, they patronize you. Now that's how to position for exploits. You talk about other stuff, but make sure that what you do does not get lost in your noise. So show up. Make sure that you don't repel people with your adverts. The way you just keep telling people to buy. All right. So show up. The next thing is software development. Sincerely, I want to beg you, since I want us to really have people who are free, I've made it a point of duty to learn stuff. This year it was app development. Next year I'm going to delve into software development. I want you to go into these things for us. It's been simplified. You can create extensions, create websites by dragging and dropping. You don't necessarily need coding, even though there are limitations to this. So please guys, let's delve into this thing, right? Let's delve into software development, because it's what will happen next year. App development, delve into it. If you have the wherewithal, get John Obidi's app canvas, and there are many other app canvases that you can get. If you want them, I can get you a list of the ones that you can get. Learn coding. It doesn't kill you. Learn it. Now, one other one that I've been waiting to say, because there are many people in that area, is digital content. There will be a hunger for digital content, and there will be distractions. So the noise that we hear now all around is going to triple in 2020, and people will need content to keep their heads and brands afloat in the midst of the noise. So people are going to need digital content. What I mean by digital content is text writing, articles, video and animation, audio voiceovers, and graphics designs. People are going to need this content so much to keep their brands from getting lost in the midst of noise. So if you have any of these skills, position yourself. If you have any of these skills and you're not on Upwork or on Freelancer, go and sign up tonight. This thing may not look like it works for you. You may not even understand it, but just sign up first. Watch a video on YouTube daily on how to make it on these platforms, and before March next year, you will give me a testimony. It's not going to be difficult. The same data you used to chat on WhatsApp and do stuff, you're going to use it to watch YouTube videos on how to make Upwork work for you, how to make Freelancer work for you. If you don't have any of these skills, find it. Writing skills you can hone your writing skill. You don't know what you have until you begin to look for it. So you can hone it. You can learn video and animation, video editing and animation. Video editing has gone as simple as Camtasia, or is it Camtasia? You can even use mobile apps like Power Director. You can use mobile apps like InShot, right, to do video editing, create video content. For voicing, you can use I'm a music producer, so I use very sophisticated voicing softwares, but I think Audacity is a good one. Use Audacity, learn how it works, right? Learn how to tweak it around and do whatever. Learn some of these things. Now let me talk to graphics designers. You're a graphics designer, you don't have a website, you think it is me you're doing. It's fine. You're a graphics designer, and from Monday to Saturday to Sunday, you've not posted any work you did, you've not talked about anything regarding graphics design. You think it is me you're doing. Now let me shock you. In 2020, there are going to be, I told you the mods will disappear. There will be more breaking of rules. The rules are already broken, but you've not seen anything yet. From next year, more rules will be broken. And by that I mean, you think that Canva is some rule breaking, since people can design by dragging icons and dropping. You never see anything. By next year, there will be more simpler apps. There will be subscribed apps, of course, but people are going to be able to design something that's better than what you're designing with a drag and drop app from next year. So you need to up your game. You need to show up. 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 So that's it about content. So more stuff like solar energy technicians, wind energy technicians, all those stuff are going to sell from next year. Should I shock you? People are going to read more next year. Yeah, people are going to read more next year. You see, when people are pushed to a point, they begin to look for solutions. And one of the places people go to look for solutions is books. 5 years ago, we were told that hard copy books are not in vogue anymore, that e-books are taking over. Today, if you publish a book and you tell people it's an e-book, they turn their faces. What has happened really? What exactly has happened? What has happened is that there has been a shift again in trends. Trends shift between 5 to 10 years. And now we are coming to the era of POD, print on demand. More people are getting to write books that they can't sell. Now, if you're listening to me and you don't have a job, or you have a job and you need another stream of income, please go and learn selling. Because if you can teach people how they can sell their books in 2020, you are going to make money. Finally, brethren, before I get out, I said I will make a post on the group so that you can ask your questions under, because I probably am not able to cover everything in just one broadcast. If by March 2020 you still don't have up to 3 streams of income, you are more likely going to finish the next 10 years broke. Yeah, you're more likely going to do that, because things are going to happen so fast from 2020. The 4G thing, the teleporting thing, the think of everything, the voice search thing, everything is going to come together to hurry the world up. So the world is going to be so fast, you won't know when December comes. And then you will still be broke or in debt, and you keep getting broke or in debt, and you have more likelihood of remaining poor for the next 10 years, because 2020 is going to be the definition of the next 10 years between 2020 to 2030. So if you want some freedom financially, have a minimum of 3 streams of income. Let me give you an insight into that. On one side, you can have a job and get paid salary or wages, whatever kind of job it is. On the other side, you can have a business and earn profits. On the other side, you can have an investment. Now, not everybody can have a business, but everybody should have an investment. You should have some money kept away that you are not using, but is working for you and is growing. You should have that. If possible, have some money in dollars that are invested. I'd like to stop here for tonight. I do hope that you've gotten some value. And if anything here seems impossible to you and you just don't want to try it, please wait and see. Life will just happen and it will shock you. Right? So the most important point, every point I made is important, but the most important is that numbers are going to sell in 2020. If you know how to build your following on social media, build it. If you know how to get Instagram followers, get them. If you know how to get Twitter followers, get them. Most importantly, go and sign up on TikTok and begin to figure out how that thing works, because by next year, that thing will happen. Let me get out of here, guys. Thank you for following me tonight. And I gotta go. This is the end of our service. Happy New Year in advance. Or maybe let's just say we're in our new year already. See you in 2020 and more money in your bank account. Good night.